Okay, so when I last left off, I had a lot of this put together. And it's like a little peninsula, what it's eventually going to say. But let's make sure it's recording. It is. And let's carefully move these. That. Mouse gets right in the... That's definitely it. Well, it looks like it at least. I see that earlier. I have. I just gotta figure out how to put it all together. It's real stingy. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. We're getting it. Little peninsula where it looks.
Okay, now the pieces are coming together. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them here. I can't read exactly what's written on the box. It certainly refers to some kind of business. Maybe the telephone book that I have in my office will be of some help.
Still recording, I didn't lose any of that. Because I want to put it past the good.
Where you want? And we see.
I'm getting tired because I don't remember what to losing track of the times on these things. So I'm gonna have to cut this one short again.
Yes, this matchbox definitely comes from a store or joint in New York. Comparing it with the names of businesses in the phone book, I should be able to figure out the full name, and get the address too.
Pretty sure it's Little Peninsula.
I can see the word book on the matchbox. It must be a bookstore. Let's start looking from there.
Fat books. Okay. There's this Little Peninsula.
Little Peninsula. The name matches.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
a bookstore on the Upper East Side, on 65th. I think I better check it out. I don't need the matchbox anymore. I can leave it here.
Five 4553. I'll call him. Let's see if it. I'm sure I'm supposed to go there, but I'm gonna try calling them to see if it'll do anything.
New York.
Can you...
What's the number?
Little Peninsula Bookstore, 555-4563.
1 second. Sorry, no one's answering. Whatever you...
Bye.
Well, I just want to see if it do anything. Let's go to the actual place.
Ah,
65th Street, Upper East Side.
we see.
And here I am on the Upper East Side. Luxury stores, offices of diplomats, and gentlemen with deep pockets. A right place to work on my intolerance of hypocrisy. Even with the economical crisis, the Upper East Side continues to be full of luxury restaurants. It doesn't matter how bad things are. As long as people can afford a $10 steak, we'll be convinced that everything is okay.
That really shows how prices have changed in the years.
This building seems slightly dowdier than the others. Second-class aristocrats must live here.
Not really the price, but I'm talking about the value of money. Like now to get a $10 steak anywhere would be cheap. I don't want to just use that.
I have nothing that needs to be sent right now. Little Peninsula. There's no question that the matches I found at the port are from here. But how could an antique bookstore on the Upper East Side have anything to do with Sean's death? Maybe I'm on the wrong track. Or maybe this bookstore does more than just restoring books. It's closed. It's the middle of the night. I don't see why a bookstore should be open at this hour. No, it doesn't make any sense.
Still in the alleyway.
Jones Antiques. Inside there are old vases, antique furniture, and other things that I'd never buy. So, in theory, these crates should contain materials to bind books, or something else useful for an antique bookstore. But I recognize the stamp of booze transports on a couple of these crates. I didn't remember that you needed gin to restore books. I'm not going to pick up empty boxes. Nothing interesting. A mailbox. Before sticking my nose in somebody's mail, I have to at least have a good reason to do it. It's the service... closed.
Just I figured.
I don't see how I... No clue. No.
Really? I mean, really.
They've even pasted the alleys with this crap they call electoral campaign. It's the service door. There's a call box near the door. It looks like no one's in there.
Yes?
Hi, is this the Little Peninsula warehouse?
Yes, of course. Can I help you?
I'd like some information.
If you want information about our catalog, you can come by tomorrow morning when we're open. Unfortunately, we're doing inventory at the moment. Unless you reserved a book, I can't be of any help.
I reserved a book.
Can you please give me the title?
Chandler's latest novel.
Chandler. Sorry, we don't have anything by this author.
A 29 Ben-Hur with a misprint on page 159.
Let me check. I'm sorry, sir, we don't have that book. If you come back tomorrow, we can reserve it.
Forget it.
Goodbye.
An inventory in the middle of the night. I might be untrusting, but I don't buy it. There has to be something else under this place.
Obviously. Maybe now I can look the mail.
If they use the lie about the inventory, I'll use the lie of being the mailman to get a look at their mail. The box has a lock. I need a cylindrical key to open it. No. They're not the right tool. No, it doesn't make any... No clue. We're not at... No. No clue. Nothing to do. The box has a lock.
I'm trying to right on the right
No,
place.
it doesn't make any sense. No clue. I don't see how... No clue. No clue. Simple dumpsters. Simple... I've said it many times. It's fine where it... No.
Yes?
Hi.
Hello, sir.
I'd like...
If you want unless you reserved a book, can you please...
Forget it.
Goodbye.
Now I'm gonna get that key. Just a quick thing.
They've even pasted...
Tired.
Even with the economical crisis, it doesn't matter. A rather showy signboard for an antique bookstore. A post box.
It goes all out here.
The signboard for one of the same guys that championed Prohibition 10 years ago are now regulars at joints where half-naked women serve booze. Times change, hypocrisy remains.
I don't think I'll let me break in there. There's not really a reason for it.
No,
If I say I don't want to knock on that, or I have no reason to knock, but
I don't have any reason to go in there. Dumpsters, nothing.
maybe I can melt the lock somehow. I'll force it.
Maybe I could find something interesting. A box has a lock. A box has a lock. A box has a box. No, no clue. No, it doesn't. I don't see. I don't see. No. No. They're not the right. They're not the.
So it doesn't look like there's anything that...
No. I don't see how I... No clue. No. It's a No. We're not. I don't see how... No. No. Yeah, let's see. Perfect. I opened it.
Honestly, would never thought of that.
Luckily, no one has picked up the mail yet. Let's take a look. It's a telephone bill. It's billed to a guy named Edward Marzetti. I've heard this name before, but where? Maybe it'll come to mind if I think about it. That's right. Greta's show was called Marzetti's Cats. It's not a very common name. It's gotta be the same person. Maybe Greta will be able to tell me something about this guy. I'd better put the bill back in its place.
Ah. Oh.
Greta. Greta. Is it still recording? Yes.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Jack.
Do you know a certain Edward Marzetti?
Edward Marzetti. I haven't heard his name in years.
So you know him?
Unfortunately, yes. That's someone that I would have rather not known.
Why was his name associated with your show in France?
He was the one who paid for everything. Our dance company was pretty successful here in New York, so Marzetti suggested we go to France. With his typically bad taste, he called the show Marzetti's Cats. Despite the name, it was pretty successful. All the shows were sold out.
Have you ever worked for him again?
No, it's been years since I've been out of that circle.
How do you know him?
Years ago, when I was still dancing, I worked at this little joint in Little Italy, New Naples. Marzetti was the owner. There were lots of joints like that at the time. There were at least a dozen on the same block. Marzetti bought them all over a few years. He became a sort of godfather in Little Italy. Whichever joint I had a show at, he was the owner.
What kind of guy is he?
The worst kind. He tries to pass himself off as this rich gentleman who supports the arts, theater, and shows. But he's really just a dirty businessman. His only real interests are women and money.
Interesting. Do you know the Little Peninsula?
No. Is it a joint?
The owner is your friend, Marzetti. It's an antique bookstore on the Upper East Side. At least, that's what it wants to look like.
Marzetti isn't a guy who spends his days talking about literature. There's definitely something underneath the surface.
I'm sure about it. That's why I have to get in. There's a door in the back of the store, but I think that you need a password or a card to get in. Do you know how to get in?
I haven't been to those places in years, Jack. I don't know how I could help you.
Do you still have any friends in that circle? Do you know anyone who knows how to get in that joint?
I know that I'll be sorry for what I'm about to tell you, but I think I know someone who could help you. And it's someone we both know.
Smiley.
Who?
Your friend Smiley.
Smiley?
Right. I think he works for Marzetti now.
How do you know that?
Before you got here tonight, he spent hours telling me about his new job. He never mentioned Marzetti, but he talked about a couple of joints he owned. If he doesn't work for Marzetti, he works for someone who works for him.
So Smiley might know how to get into the Little Peninsula.
Probably.
Let's change the subject. About Smiley.
I hate that guy.
Do you know where I can find him?
Not a clue, Jack. The thing that's important to me is that he stays far away from my joint.
If he really works for Marzetti, he'll know how to get into Little Peninsula.
You're a private detective. You won't have any problems finding out where he lives now.
Rushing into his house isn't an option. That guy isn't as dumb as he looks. He'd be on guard immediately if I showed up in the middle of the night.
So how do you want to see him?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I have a favor to ask you.
Let's see.
If Smiley's really sweet on you, he won't say no to a date with you.
What? You want me to go out with Smiley?
That's the idea.
Jack, it's out of the question. I don't have any intention of going out with him just to do you a favor.
Calm down. You won't have to go out with him. You just have to make sure that he comes here.
What do you mean?
Do you have a telephone upstairs?
Yes?
Okay. Call him and tell him to come to the joint. When he gets here, say you have to go put some makeup on your face or any other thing that you broads do before you go out. And go upstairs and call my office. You have the number. Then I'll take care of Smiley.
Can't you go out with that thug?
Greta, if this wasn't the only way I have to get into Little Peninsula and figure out who that girl is, I would never ask you.
Damn it, Jack. You now owe me 2 favors.
So I guess I'll buy you dinner twice.
You'll have to do a lot more than buy me dinner twice to pay off your debt.
I'll find a way. Call Smiley. I'll wait for the call in my office. If Smiley were to see me here when he got here, he'd get suspicious.
Okay.
Good. This must be Greta.
Let's go ahead and cut the video here. And resume next time.